Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm also wonderful. We have Tuesdays with Charlie coming up later in the program. Something special about today's show. We're not going to tell you what, although his show is always kind of special. But it's going to be super special today. We got a quote here as well. Bertrand Russell is who the quote is from. The world is full of magical things patiently waiting for our wits to grow sharper. I think that's true. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.
John and Heidi.
Make plans to join us for the second annual 80s in the Sand. My wife Heidi and I went last year. It was so much fun. And guess who's going to be there this year? It's Brett Michaels.
Hello, everybody. It's Brett Michaels. I will see you at 80s in the Sand, Tuesday, November 6th, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I promise you, this is going to be the ultimate concert, party, best night ever. Let's rock on, my friends.
Get your tickets now at 80sinthesand.com. Over 90% of the tickets are sold. Don't wait. 80sinthesand.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day. Heidi, do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Tuesday, September the 4th. I cannot believe it's already September. National Wildlife Day, National Newspaper Carrier Day, National Macadamia Nut Day. Oh, those are good. They're expensive, though, aren't they? Macadamia
Oh,
nuts.
yeah, they are.
And
But they
also,
are good.
National Another Look Unlimited Day. It's the day after Labor Day. I don't know what that means. National Another Look Unlimited Day.
I have no idea what that means.
I'm going to celebrate somehow. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can either add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. Or a combination of both, but there's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow sales. And you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Sign up at betterresultsadvertising.com. That's betterresultsadvertising.com.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs. But first, I'm going to give you the name of a real place, and you're going to tell me if this is a golf course or is it a rehab center.
All right.
Heidi likes this.
I do. I like this one.
Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Talking Rock, Prescott, Arizona, or Prescott if you're not from there. Talking Rock, Prescott,
I
Arizona.
am going to say rehab center.
It is a golf course.
Ah.
Yeah, Talking Rock is a golf course.
That doesn't make
know.
any sense.
No, it doesn't make... There's probably like a rock there that's called the Talking Rock. I don't know.
Huh.
It's probably a rock that just won't shut up. You know.
I'm trying to putt.
Trying to putt. Can you please keep it down, Talking Rock? All right. We've got your brain on drugs coming right up.
John and Heidi.
This time of year, there are many parties, weddings, cookouts, and other events that often include alcohol. If you're drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. The Addiction Hope and Helpline wants to help. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, there's a toll-free number you can call, 1-800-438-0380. That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline, 1-800-438-0380, 1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. An 11-year-old Michigan boy confronted a home invader that was stealing wine coolers and ribs from the fridge. A young man by the name of Nathan Marcos was sitting on the couch watching some TV, and his family was sleeping. The boy said, "I heard the fridge open, so I went to see what it was. Turns out it was a man helping himself to the contents of the refrigerator." The boy said, "He looked at me and asked if it was okay to take some drinks, and I said no. So he left out the back door, and I went to tell my mom." The boy said the strange man walked away with a few wine coolers and a plate of ribs, but it wasn't the food that they were worried about. He said, "I didn't know if he was going to hurt me or anything." Battle Creek police arrested two 19-year-old boys walking down the road not far from the home. They both admitted they were drinking that night, and now they face charges for home invasion.
That kid's lucky he didn't get hurt.
And the 19-year-old kids that were there are lucky that some homeowner with a gun
they didn't get shot.
Yeah, I mean, terrible idea. But that's what happens when your brain is on drugs. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. A new movie adaptation is in the works for Dora the Explorer. So they're going to make a movie now.
Really?
A movie adaptation. I don't know if it's going to be like a real-life movie or if it's going to be an animated movie.
We used to watch that all the time with
our
Taylor.
Kids. Backpack.
Yeah.
One of our favorite comedians talks about him,
Brian Regan.
Several jokes about him, but very, very funny stuff. I'm not going to use his material because I'd probably get it wrong anyway. Production has been halted on Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because they fired their director like a week ago. HBO killed off their steamy late-night programming on their sister channel, Cinemax. Remember when we were kids, people called that Skinemax?
I didn't know HBO owned
Yeah, they own
Cinemax. Have they always owned it, or is that like fairly...
I'm not really sure. I think they've always owned it. I don't know for sure, though. The last remaining Blockbuster video store in Bend, Oregon is now selling their own beer. So you can get Blockbuster beer for some reason. I don't know why. There's nothing about that makes any sense to me.
I don't know. I would buy it.
It's
just
weird.
kind of an iconic thing,
Yeah,
you know?
it's just kind of weird. This has been Big Screen, Little Screen. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now your scoop of the day, brought to you by 80sinthesand.com. Antique experts are predicting that IKEA flat pack furniture could be worth as much as $6,500 25 years from now when styles change. So I don't think so.
I suppose if you can
it
find some that's
survives,
still... Yeah, exactly.
We have some IKEA furniture, and it's cool looking, but it's not real sturdy. Then again,
I
put it
suppose
together.
maybe if it's still in the package, not
there you
put
go.
together, then
That
I
could
could
be.
see it. But I can't see it.
Yeah.
Like if it's been put together and fallen,
Hey, here's
leaning to the side.
Here's the bag of all the extra parts. A study by the Yale School of Public Health found that air pollution causes a huge reduction in intelligence. So if you live in a big city where there's a lot of air pollution, you're not as smart. According to Yale. Don't blame me. It's the folks at Yale. A study by the University of South Wales found that dating apps are to blame for a rise in STDs.
Ew.
I don't think it's the apps that are doing it. It's what you do after
It's
the
what
app.
you do when you hook up
It's
from the app.
post-app. Maine has a thing called the Maine's Farmer's Almanac. They're predicting a teeth-chattering winter in Maine with lots of snow this year. So if you're looking for a place to go to cool off, maybe it's Maine. South Carolina police arrested a man who was dressed in women's clothing and filming under a women's bathroom stall. I've got a link to that story.
Gross.
By the way, 3 different people sent me that saying, hey, this would be really good for your moment of duh. I do that later in the show. I'm not going to give this guy any more attention. So it's here, and I've got a link to it, but no. He just got a mention. City of Pittsburgh is now the first major city that does not have a daily print newspaper. I predict more of those, don't you? The print newspaper is going away.
Oh, for sure.
You can get a digital copy of almost all of them. And when I say I predict that they're going away, that doesn't mean I don't like the newspaper. I think it's great to have a newspaper, but I don't understand why we would use
wasted
the delivery
resources.
methods of 2 centuries ago.
Yeah.
When you can click a button and read it right on a screen.
And if everybody is so concerned about global warming, why are we cutting down
environment.
these
Yeah, I just
trees?
think-
And why are we wasting the paper? And
Well,
why
anyway,
are we
City of Pittsburgh,
wasting the gas to
first
deliver them?
Major city. A lot of smaller towns got rid of those a long time ago. Not that they didn't want them. They just went away. But the first major city now without a daily print newspaper, Pittsburgh. YouTube has unveiled some new software to tell you how much time you've spent watching movies. Do you really want to know?
We don't spend a lot of time
I
watching
just think
movies.
it's why do you need that? And why would YouTube of all people be the ones telling us? Uber is trying to work with Toyota for their first ever self-driving cars. They're trying to build self-driving cars. They're working together with Toyota for that. And then Uber would own those. So the car would
I
pull
can
up
see
in
how
front
it
of you.
benefit Uber.
It would, because they've had some issues with drivers lately. So they're like, maybe we don't need drivers.
Well, and
Let's just get the cars.
the taxes on employers are really
Yeah.
high. If you don't have to employ somebody,
There-
they'd be saving a ton of money.
So that's coming out. And a new study found that people who eat large quantities of meat and cheese will live longer than people who don't. This is good news for me. Researchers claim eating a lot of meat and cheese, check and check, it'll cause your chances of early death to fall by 25% and your chances of fatal heart attack to fall by 22%.
Really?
So
this
once
is
again,
the exact
I
opposite
know.
of what they were saying before.
Well, I'm going to go with this study because I like this one. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can either add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. Or a combination of both, but there's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow sales. And you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Sign up at betterresultsadvertising.com. That's betterresultsadvertising.com.
John and Heidi.
And it's time right now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday, just because we can. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for a little thing we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show.
The phone's not working. What's going on? Oh, hey, he's sitting right here.
Ain't that something?
How you doing, Charlie?
Once in a year, I get to come up and be in the studio and do this.
You got to hang out with us for Labor Day, and I think Heidi took a photo of the two of us. We both fell asleep out
I
in the
did.
backyard.
I've got a picture of you guys sleeping.
We were relaxing so much, I woke up the next day at like 4 a.m. So.
Mine was alcohol-induced. So.
Yeah, mine was not.
In fact, I got a Bloody Mary right now.
Yes.
Cheers, everybody!
So what kind of cool stuff we can learn about today?
Well, let's do something for fluff right off the bat.
Okay.
Cigars that have a darker wrapper tend to be sweet. Cigars that have a lighter wrapper have a drier taste. And an experienced cigar wrapper can produce at least 120 cigars a day.
So the person that wraps them can do 120 cigars every day?
You ever watch them do that?
No.
I've watched videos. It's pretty cool.
That's really neat. Them guys are good.
Huh.
Good.
120 doesn't sound like very many in a whole day, though, does it? I mean,
It does too.
I don't think it does.
If you're working 12 hours a day, that's 10. If you're working 10 hours a day, that's 12 an hour. So, depending on how many hours they're working.
And you can't smoke 120 a day, so...
No, I just think that, you compare that to how many cigarettes are put out every day.
Well, it's just one person, so it's not the whole company only doing 120 a day. It's that each person wrapping them.
You have a million wrappers, that's a lot of cigars.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think the machine can do that?
No, not as good.
Probably not as good
True
as
cigars are hand-wrapped.
Yeah.
I'm not a connoisseur by any means, but I like the sweet ones.
Hey, then I know this one because it happened to me just the last couple nights. 45% of all dogs sleep in their owner's bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours do.
And I wasn't even their owner.
Were they sleeping with you?
One was.
Oh, that's cool. I wondered where they were.
Hey, then I've told you this before, so according
It's okay.
to
We don't pay attention. So you can
No, I
say-
know. Nobody listens to me anyway. So, according to researchers, an average woman spends about 120 hours a day looking in the mirror.
That's a lot.
That's 5 days a year.
Oh, wow. So the average woman spends that much time looking in the mirror.
Yep.
Huh. That's why they look so darn good, Charlie.
Sometimes I go weeks without looking in the mirror.
I never look in the mirror. That guy's ugly in there. Hey, then the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms
ATF, yeah.
prohibits the use of the word refreshing to describe any alcoholic beverage.
You cannot say refreshing, huh?
And I'm having a very refreshing drink as we speak. And it's good, too.
But you can't say that it's refreshing, so he didn't say that.
I can say it. They just can't say it.
Oh, I get it.
Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. That should be a convenience store, not a
Yeah.
not a
ATF.
government entity.
Alberta, Canada.
Yeah.
It's illegal to set fire to a wooden leg of a wooden-legged man.
Well,
I would hope that
and it's just really rude everywhere else.
That's illegal everywhere.
I think the rest of everywhere else
That's
is
awful.
probably just be discrimination or vandalism or something.
Is that ash or walnut? I don't know.
That's awful.
I'm going to set it on fire.
Don't do that.
Okay, Fluff, this is for you, too.
Okay.
The average boob weighs 1 pound.
Oh, wow.
I think mine weighs more than a pound.
I said this is for you.
More than an average.
Okay, I got one last thing here for you because
Alrighty.
my drink's getting low. Did you know that smoking can shorten the average penis by 0.4 inches a year?
Whoa.
Sure glad I don't smoke.
Holy cow.
You got a question for me?
Oh, I do. Yeah, it's over here, though. See, I'm not used to this because usually you're on the phone. Now I got to look at you.
Now
when
I got
ask
you all
questions.
flustered.
The world's oldest dictionary would be some tablets that were bilingual. They had words in 2 different languages is what that means. How old do you think the world's oldest dictionary would be?
2,000 years old.
From 2300 BC. So they're pretty old.
That's what? How
little
many
more
years is that?
I don't know. I'm not going to do the math.
More than 2,000.
Yeah, because that'd be like 4,000 something years old. So
Okay.
they're pretty darn old. I wonder if there's any spelling errors. You know, when you have a tablet like that, if you start chiseling, all of a sudden you're like, well,
yeah, you
can't fix that.
You get an A instead of an E or something. I don't know what you do.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either. So
that's probably why so many words are spelled weird. It's just a spelling error on a cement tablet way back.
No, I meant to do that. That's how this is. The E is silent.
There you go.
Why is the E silent? Hey, don't question me. I'm the one with the chisel. You just back up. Well, Charlie, we'll talk to you on the phone next week, unless you want to hang out here again.
No, I've had to fill this.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
Well, thank you for having me. I had a good time.
Well, I'll let you enjoy the rest of your beverage before grandmother drives you home.
Sounds good to me.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little program we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A double elephant folio book. If you've ever heard that phrase, I've never heard that. A double elephant folio book would be 50 inches tall. So keep in mind, 4 feet is 48 inches, so it'd be a little more than 4 feet.
I've never...
If you've seen a book that's a little over 4 feet tall, that was probably a double elephant folio book.
Okay.
That would be huge.
Never heard of that.
Nor have I, but it would be a big old book, wouldn't it? And if they have a name for it, there must be several of them out there. Otherwise, why would they have a name for it? Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Make plans to join us for the second annual 80s in the Sand. My wife Heidi and I went last year. It was so much fun. And guess who's going to be there this year? It's Brett Michaels.
Hello, everybody. It's Brett Michaels. I will see you at 80s in the Sand, Tuesday, November 6th, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I promise you, this is going to be the ultimate concert, party, best night ever. Let's rock on, my friends.
Get your tickets now at 80sinthesand.com. Over 90% of the tickets are sold. Don't wait. 80sinthesand.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day. Super nice guys, by the way, over there. They are going to send us one of their calendars. They're doing this Kickstarter or GoFundMe. I think it's Kickstarter. For a calendar for next year, and they hit their small goal. Now they have a stretch goal that they're working on. And I reached out and said, how do I get one of these calendars? So I'm working with the guys. They're going to get a calendar from them. But I think that's pretty cool. Heidi, for some reason, wants to get rid of the grandiloquent word.
Sorry.
It's just because she doesn't have the cool words in front of her. Like this one, snout fair. Snout fair. What do you think the word snout fair means, Heidi?
I have no idea, John.
Snout fair is a person with a handsome countenance. A person with a pleasant outward appearance, but who may be lacking in character or scruples. So somebody who, looks good, but they're not necessarily so good, they would be a snout fair. So, I've been told that there are some people in D.C., politicians that are snout fairs. So I've got a link to the story here if you want to read all of the details on snout fair. And if you're interested in getting that calendar, I've got a link to that as well. It's all in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Time now for some weird news for you on a Tuesday. Philadelphia police are searching for a wrench-wielding Batman tee-clad man who recently attacked a Wendy's worker and threatened to break into the fast food restaurant with a weapon. Recently, a man making a late-night Wendy's run tried to order from the drive-thru, but the staff member had difficulty hearing him. Another staffer got involved and attempted to take the order. The suspect, evidently angered by the situation, began cursing and drove around before exiting He excited his vehicle. He exited his vehicle. It looks the same if you look at it quick. I looked a little too quick. He exited his vehicle and then spit on one of the employees.
Whoa.
They proceeded to lock the drive-through window, and that's when he screamed and spit some more and banged on the window. Then he grabbed a socket wrench from the car.
Holy cow.
Threatened to break in. Soon after, the man returned to his vehicle and fled the area. Police are now urging anyone with info to come forward. He was wearing a dark shirt with a Batman logo on the front and some shorts at the time of the attack. I've got a link to the story if you want to know all about it. But that is definitely some weird news.
John and Heidi.
Now, your moment of duh. West Virginia man was arrested by the Division of Natural Resources officer for owning 17 rattlesnakes, which is well over the rattlesnake limit in West Virginia. Let's pause for a second. There is a rattlesnake limit? Do we have a rattlesnake limit?
I don't know.
Are we getting close to the rattlesnake limit?
I think one would be the rattlesnake limit.
We don't have any rattlesnakes, so we are nowhere close, even if there is one. According to the DNR officers, the investigation began when they received info about a man catching snakes from the national forest and then taking them to his home. And they discovered 17 rattlesnakes. They said the man is charged with 2 counts of illegal possession of a timber rattlesnake and possession of rattlesnakes less than 42 inches long. It says no names were released. The snakes were taken back to dens near where they were caught. Officers added West Virginia is in that state. You're only allowed to have one rattlesnake, and it must be at least 42 inches long or more in length for it to be a legal rattlesnake. So there you go. I didn't know there were laws on the books for that, but now we know, and that's today's moment of duh.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Time now for Fake News or Florida. This is where Heidi gets to chime in for the program and tell us if this is true and it happened in the great state of Florida. Or is it fake news? Or is it flubbery? That was a grandiloquent word.
Yes, it was, and you love that
I like to use it just because now you can't tell me I never use the words. So is this, Heidi, fake news or Florida? A Fort Lauderdale, Florida priest, I said that funny. A Fort Lauderdale priest. I can't even say it. A priest in Fort Lauderdale, we'll say it that way, was charged with arson after setting fire to his church in an attempt to get money for a new church. Fake news or Florida?
Well, I'm going to say Florida.
No, thank goodness. Thank goodness it's fake news. By the way, I got to say thank you to the people that have submitted some stories. I have several, and I had several people submit one story in particular. I think I got 6 of those now. Some people who did something really silly that we're going to talk about. I can't tell you when, otherwise you'll be able to guess it. But thank you to so many people who also sent in
that
some
one was
fake
a good
news.
one.
That was really good. You are better at tricking Heidi than I am. If you've got some good fake news or Florida, you can submit it through the website, johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and this is another thing that was sent to me by several people. Heidi sent this to me as well, and I just think it's a cool story. And I'm going to move my...
I don't know which one it is.
I have a page in the way so you couldn't see it. A woman... Okay, I guess our good news comes your way courtesy of Odiva, a monthly subscription service for the ladies. All the details at radiosavings.com. And a woman being surprised with baby's gender through voice clips from her dad. Now, why is that so special? Well, her dad passed away. For every single one of her pregnancies, Jenny James Protho has chosen to learn the gender of her child before their birth. But after her father, Charles, passed away 1 year ago, she decided to honor her dad by waiting until the birth for the big reveal. Charles always preferred to be surprised by his grandchildren's gender at birth, so it seemed like an appropriate homage to his memory. At 6 months into the pregnancy, however, continuing pressure to learn the baby's gender finally pushed her to change her mind. She opted to learn the gender, but on one condition. She asked her husband, who's 43, to make the big reveal somehow in a creative way. James then went above and beyond the call of duty by editing voicemail clips of Jenny's late father. And there's a video that's been viewed millions of times, and you can hear her father giving her the news of the gender of the baby. Jenny, this is the most special, creative way that I could think of to tell you the sex of your child, says the recording, but I couldn't do it without a little help. And then you hear the father say, hello, Jenny, this is your father. I want to let you know that it is a girl. It is a girl. I love you. Bye-bye. How cool is that?
I know. You're going to cry.
I'm not going to cry. I'm getting a little
getting all choked up.
No, I just think it's really neat because
I loved this, and that's why I sent it to you. It was so neat.
You know, it's just really cool. And if you watch the video, you'll definitely get choked up. And if you don't, there might be something wrong with it. Check to see if your heart is still there. It is in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com, and we've got it in the good news section at the bottom of our show notes. So, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. I'm hoping to redo our website one of these days. Right now, the show notes is just kind of like plopped on there. We're hoping to get it all put together, but I haven't had a whole lot of time.
Lots of good changes coming, I think.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.